5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up,
We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
We're gonna keep going. Hey, welcome back. This is episode.
This is not episode. We're gonna start the countdown all over again.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One day
Hey
we're
guys, welcome back. We've done this a few times, believe it or not.
One day we're gonna get a normal intro.
A normal. Yeah, I have no idea what day that'll be.
Hopefully.
But hi, welcome back to Ride of Our Lives Radio. I'm Gracie.
I'm Abe. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have an interesting topic to talk about, and it is going to be...
Oh, but first,
Oh, drink check.
we have drinks.
I got a cappuccino.
And I got a dragon fruit mango refresher from this really cute cafe in Bloomingdale, Illinois called Hurrah's. I don't even know if you can see it. But
Yeah.
it looks so cute in my hand.
Hold on. You can see it. There you go.
Aha! So influencer of you.
Yeah.
I guess that's why they do that. That makes sense.
So it can focus, so it doesn't get your face.
I always thought that was just like a fun niche thing.
And because it can't focus on the finger.
That makes sense.
You see how it's still focused on the faces?
Yeah.
It prioritizes that. So if you block it away and you just show the whatever's in the foreground, then
I'm
again.
learning so much. This is exciting. And the topic that we're going to be doing is photography related. Well, photo shoot related.
It's photo shoot. It's for both models and photographers.
Yes. So we'll be getting to do a back and forth of talking about the difference between...
Paid shoots and collaborative shoots.
Yeah.
I feel like I have more experience on paid shoots.
And I have a lot more experience with collaborative shoots. But we each have experience at least a little bit with both.
Yeah.
But we can definitely speak more towards one versus the other. So, and I have questions for you regarding that.
I did too.
So that'll be pretty fun. We'll get to talk about it and get to figure out the differences, the pros, the cons. Not necessarily in that order, but just kind of talk about what the...
I think each one will have its own just experiences with it. So I don't think it's like a pros or cons. I think it's more of just like the differences between each other, because both of I think both of them have its unique qualities to it.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a pros and cons. I think it's more of just like, oh, they're just different types of like either professionalism or like creativity or anything like that.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to get into it then. This will be fun. Do you want to go first with talking about your experience with paid photo shoots? You have a lot more experience with paid than collaborative.
Yeah. I think I've done this for 8 years now, and I think I've only done paid versus collaborative, and I think it's more because I kind of started off with like weddings, like we're working with companies or working with like clients as far as like, let's just say designers or anything like that. I think I've gotten more experience with that because of just like referrals, or just people know me like, hey, look, he's a photographer, he can get this work done. And that's how I got the work done. So I think that is why I have more experience with collaborative or paid, because I get that work done. I always fill up my schedule because of that. I don't fill up my schedule as much for collaborative work or my own photo shoots. I feel like that's where I'm like, my Instagram is based off of like the work that I want to show off, or the work, my photo shoots, or the like anything that I'm doing right now. So it's not, I think that's why a lot of people say I have a very broad or very I don't have a style. It's because my style is the client, not my own niche or whatever I want to get into. But so it's always different to whatever it is.
Yeah. So you more times than not, much more times than not, you do paid work, which is serving the client with what they want. But the work that you feature in your Instagram, that is all within projects that you have helped create?
either I helped create or it's my own ideas that I've been
Oh,
wanting to create.
okay. And
Yeah.
for those shoots, have any of those been paid shoots? If you
Mm,
can think of it.
off the bat, no.
Okay.
I think it's more, and I think that's where like you can definitely tell from like the how much time has been between each post.
Mm-hmm.
Like I go like either months without posting consistently, or like I just do one like photo shoot and just post like three different versions of it that have like so many different variations,
Right, right.
and that can like go on for like let's just say a week or two.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's kind of different. So that's why when I get clients, I just show them the portfolio for like that type of photo shoot, whether that be headshots or
Mm,
like e-commerce for like their website or
right, right.
an event that they're it's about to come up with. So that's how I like serve the client for that reason.
Oh, I see. Okay. And you
Mm-hmm.
have a website.
Mm-hmm.
You have a website which you share more of a diverse range of your photography, not just. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I know on there you would have like those headshots, what you can do at weddings and quinceañeras
Mm-hmm.
and but not just the work that you do on your Instagram, which
Mm-hmm.
is all like very creative and all your ideas.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
a lot
So
of that is a lot of that does show a lot of variety. You
yeah.
have all that. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You are a professional photographer and that is how you make a living.
Mm-hmm.
So that would make sense why you have such a range that you want to show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you want to talk about, let's see, so serving the client? Do you want to talk about what
Yeah.
it's like serving the client and how that process goes about?
So I kind of take it in a different manner. Is just like, well, if I'm being hired to serve the client, I always have to keep this in mind. On like, how do I serve the client? Like, what are they going to use these photos for?
Mm.
Are they going to use it for social media, their website, any flyers, or marketing purposes for the following year? So I have to keep that in mind because we have to like for photography if they're gonna use it for any infographic or anything. I have to not only edit so that they can put those words on top of it,
Mm.
or I have to take the picture a little bit wider so that they can use the surrounding or the negative space around the picture so that they can use it for like putting the address or the name of the event
Oh, I
or
see.
like the hosted by whoever.
Yeah.
So I have to be very aware of how they're going to use the pictures.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is something that I have to always be thinking about, and or we plan beforehand
Mm.
to just make sure that it's it's what they need, because
Mm.
we could take like as let's just say you're the client, we go to a park, we shoot whatever it is, but like you your website or your social media is not nature, it's all city based.
Mm.
Why are we gonna go to a park if there's city, like city is your brand?
Right, that makes sense.
So it's just like we have to plan out and make sure that it's a little bit more for the brand rather
Yeah.
than just shoot pretty pictures. I'm like, you can shoot a pretty picture, but if it doesn't go with like your marketing material, then it's not being used.
Right. And when you have these conversations with the client that you're working with, is that ever done in person or is that all done like phone call,
It could be
emailing?
it could be done. I always prefer to either meet in person just so we can talk about everything like that. But if that's not the case, then I usually shoot for like a Zoom or Google Meets or something like that,
Okay, yeah.
because I need to not only study like their industry just to figure out like their what they actually need,
Mhm.
or like a person that I do work for, like a realtor, is not the same thing that I would do for like a designer. So I need to make
Yeah,
sure
that's
that like
true.
those are two different. They have similar qualities, but they're two different industries where I need to make sure that they have the right content
Right.
for their presentation or whatever they might need it
Right.
for.
Okay.
So it's more of just like I prefer to just sit down with them before we do the shoe, figure out what they're going to use it for, and then after that, um, we can add on top of that after the fact.
Okay. And I'm curious, how often, when it comes to paid shoots, how oftentimes is it most of the time them reaching out to you, inquiring about your services, or do you ever, like, what's it called, reach out to others saying like, hey, I'm a photographer for any, let me know if you need a photographer for any events, and then they hit you back up?
Actually, most of the time when I actually get paid shoots, it's because of referrals. It's
Wow.
really
That's pretty good.
uh I most of the time it's referrals. I've only reached out like probably less than a handful of times, and I've gotten it every single time, but it's more of just like I don't do it often, and I should do it more, but most of the time it's referrals.
Okay.
And like I still work in the quinceañera wedding industry. I still have a day job during that time. Um,
What
I
to
think
do
it's
with that?
fine. It's
Okay.
fine. It is not that bad.
Okay.
Um,
You still work in?
I'm still working with wine appetites, and I still have my own things, so I don't really I don't really want to advertise it too much because if I put so much on my plate,
Yeah.
I don't want to say to a client that no, I can't
You
do
can't
it.
do that. Yeah.
But when because it still happens to me sometimes, I refer those people to other photographers that can do it, and that is some people that I've worked with for a while now, and I trust them more than enough to like handle them with good care. So I know that like because for me, my word is or my network of people is very much of like I know that they can deliver.
Yeah. You would not recommend them if you did not think they
No,
could handle it, and
no.
you didn't think they were good. That makes sense.
And the thing is, we've built this relationship so much that like they refer clients to me as well. So it's just
That's
like, hey,
nice.
look, like we created a good like hey back and forth between each other to be like, hey, look, I can't do this. Let me give it to you. I know you'll take care of them, and vice versa.
Yeah. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate when other creatives can kind of vouch for others, and then it can be like, hey, you're looking for this, let me help you out, let me show you this person, even if it's the same kind of service that you would be doing, just
Yeah.
in your style versus their style.
Yeah.
That's really nice you have that.
Mm-hmm. So and the thing is like I don't think between for me, it's not that difficult to find the style that other photographers have. Like for me, I learned from my mentor that you should be able to learn. You should be able to see a picture and see how they light that picture, or how they did that picture just by looking at it.
Oh wow,
Mm.
it's a pro over here.
I think it's more of just like studying light. Like you have to really be a person that studies light the most and just
That would make sense. Yeah.
to understand like hey that was taken outside or hey it's looked like it was taken outside but it's actually in a studio.
I see. I see. A question I was going to ask within paid shoots, when it comes to the future of what you want to do for your career within photography, do you want to keep pursuing paid shoots like the ones that you have been doing with whether it be working for companies and shooting their content, or specific like individual clients like weddings, or do you want to extend to getting to do more paid work but creatively, with where you do create your own concepts within the paid realm?
Yeah, I think that's a very valid question. For me, I actually want to step away from weddings. I'll I always refer them to like the wedding and quinceañera company that I work with because I know that they can deliver so much more than I can. not to say that I can't do it. It's more of just like it's a lot of stress for me to just handle all by
All
myself.
by yourself. Yeah.
So I'm just like I'd rather not deal with it and just have them take care of it because they have a whole production. They can offer more. They
Mm.
can do more uh, service for them.
Mhm.
Um, for me, I want to do more of like a niche for companies so that I can offer them like, hey, either as a retainer client or one time off for content that they might need for like either restaurants
Mhm.
or um, construction companies or anything in that matter as far as creating that type of content.
Mm.
And I think I'm like more now than ever. I've been working with a lot of companies to to do that for them,
That's great.
and I think it's more of just trying to build that portfolio right now to execute it the best way I can. As far as like the creative side, I think there is a there's definitely a need to keep doing it because the more I do it, the more my photography skills can take that concept into like the commercials shoots
Mm. Mhm.
to figure out like, hey, look, this is how you're gonna stand out.
Right.
But you also have to be careful because not everybody or not every company wants that. So
Mm.
I'm trying to make sure that like, yes, it's good to follow the trend, but does it make sense for your brand to follow that trend?
I see.
Because if you literally, I kind of see it like this: if something flashy, like a flashing trend with a whole bunch of edits and it's like so much like VFX and all of that, and you
Yeah.
just post that the day after, and your whole brand is very like nice, clean, like modernism style
Right.
company, is gonna feel off. So it's more just like you can work your way up to it, just so that like, oh, you mean we're changing it so that it kind of fits together. But
Mhm.
it's more of just like I'm trying to be more of like corporate mindset where it's just like this is where most companies are, and most companies don't have that type of either consistent work for like their social media or marketing or website. So I'm just trying to get them to that level.
Mm.
So I know that's where I want to go to. I just know that the flashy is cool. It's definitely a skill, but I know that for majority of people, they're not gonna want the flashy all the time.
Right. Right. Without the flashiness, though, I'm curious. Just the idea of you getting to be part of the creative direction, not necessarily going off of trends, not necessarily going off of like new things that are happening that everyone is using for advertising. Because obviously, if you're gonna work for a client, that makes sense. You'd want to cater towards the clients or the brand's
Aesthetic.
aesthetic. But I guess I'm curious. Even it doesn't even have to be with all the flashiness. Is being a creative director, I guess, with getting to offer them ideas of saying like, hey, your brand is like this. What if I had a thought about shooting it like this way and getting to be that kind of creative director? I guess that's what I meant when I asked about like you getting to take creative control. Is that something that you aspire towards getting to be part of, or do you ever get to do
So
that?
so like a creative director.
Yeah,
Okay.
within working for a client
So
and
I
their photography.
yeah. So for a paid shoot, I do have to be a little bit more creative director for it. To make sure that it does make sense, and I have to like obviously give my 2 cents for a lot of things, but more more effort than not, they already have an idea of what they
Mm,
want, so I have to just follow what they want and just confirm it. Like, hey, look, this is
okay.
what they want.
Okay.
So yes, you do have a say, but also you're the professional too. So like, you need to give your input too
Mm,
to execute it the best way that you can.
right.
So, and for me, I don't say this a lot, but I'm like, even though you don't know how to do it, just say that you know and just figure it out. Because it's more of just like
the confidence will take you.
You have to. I see it as like, oh, as a student, you need to like still force yourself to learn how to do it because I don't know when is the next time that opportunity is gonna come. You
That's
know.
true. Yeah.
And what if this is a long-term relationship? You know.
And what if they like how you learn what you were able to give
exactly
after you taught yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I see that.
So I think it's just you almost have to push yourself to just do it.
I see. I see. Have you ended up teaching yourself a lot through that process of having to be hired to do something, and that's how you learn? Or learning ahead of time.
In the beginning, I said no a lot or a lot to clients because I said that I didn't know how to do it. Looking back at it, I should have just forced myself to just do it.
Just to do it and then learn along the way.
Learn along the way because I gave up a lot of opportunities because of that. And then once I learned how to do it on my own time, I didn't think it was that hard to do it once I learned it.
Oh wow.
So if I pushed myself to actually do it, I would have not only kept that client, but I also missed the opportunity to have a long-term relationship with that client because I referred it to somebody else.
No, I see what you mean, yeah.
So I'm like, now I'm telling it to a lot of people to just do it and
just jump on the chair.
Yeah.
Just do it.
And just figure it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's not bad advice. I see myself with that within well, not necessarily modeling, so I won't go into this a lot, but within teaching sewing classes, I would do that a lot. I would end up learning along the way, which is another way to do it. You can learn along the way. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. I was gonna say.
Let's do one more question, and then we'll switch off.
One more question, and switch off. Which
one? We'll switch to collaborative shoot.
Oh, okay. Like you asked me?
No.
I asked you. Okay. Something I was gonna ask. Wow. I realized in a podcast, it's not easy to have spacey brain. I'm having a spacey brain moment, and I have to be professional. But also, we're just two people in a car talking. So, pish posh. It's totally fine that my brain's, like, lagging for a second. Okay, so I have a lot of experience when it comes to collaborative shoots, and you have a lot of experience when it comes to paid shoots. And I can ask this question, which I guess might segue into collaborative shoots, but it has to do with also your input, very much so. When you have found that someone wants to work with you, let's just say they ask for a collaborative shoot, but you want it to be a paid opportunity. How do you handle that as a photographer, and how have you handled that?
I think it has to do a lot with I think it's more. There's no easy way around it. I think it's just I just have to just send my rates. I'm like, hey, my rates are this, and because most of the time it comes down to communication too. Like they didn't. Most of the time, I get that response. They don't tell me that they want to do a collaborative shoot. So they just want to be like, hey, I want you involved in this shoot. Can we make this happen? I'm like, oh, of course, we could definitely make it happen. Let me send you my rates.
Yeah.
So that first initial one, they don't tell me that they want to do a collaborative shoot.
Okay.
Which every time they say that, I assume that they for me always DMs, emails, anything like that of like I get a phone call or text message, I answer all of them as like, oh, they found me, they want to hire me as a photographer.
That's a good way to think of it.
So because I
think of it like that.
Like I want them to think of me as a photographer, to just be like, hey, look, hire me, or I'm going to hire you. So that's always whichever photographer it is, I assume that that's going to be their first response. Like, oh, this client wants to hire me. And then I send them my rates, and then this happens a lot. It's just like we get ghosted a lot. Or after they see the price, I'm like, they usually ghost a lot of the time. So it's just like, well, it is what it is. But
because what they were thinking of originally was for it to be collaborative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's something that we get a lot as photographers, but I mean, it's part of business.
It's part of business.
Yeah, it's just like some people have money, some people don't. Some people will literally just be like, "Oh, perfect, here you go." You know, that's the most ideal client. Like it's just like, "Oh yeah, no problem. We'll get that over to you, done in." And those are the clients that you actually really want to work with. Where the ones that are like very easy to work with, they trust you. They basically, they follow every single direction that you give and all of that.
And they respect your time and your skill to want to pay you.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Yeah.
When it comes to people who specifically ask for collaborative shoots, are you getting cold?
No, but I do feel it getting a little bit cold.
I'm getting cold.
I know, and I know if I'm getting a little bit cold, you're probably freezing.
No, yeah, my feet are freezing.
Yeah.
When it comes to people who ask you for collaborative shoots, have you ever? I guess we can use this as a segue. Have you ever? Because you do have some collaborative shoots under your belt.
Mm-hmm.
Have those been ones where you've agreed to work with someone, or those have been ones where you're like someone reached out to you and they were like, "Hey, I'd love to do a collaborative shoot with you," and instead of sending your rates, you said yes? Or
I actually don't have that much experience with that. Like, not a lot of people reach out to me because of that.
Because of?
Like, I've said yes to a collaborative shoot like that. So I think that's where, like, I don't have that much experience with a collaborative shoot where it's just like, oh, I want to be part of this idea. It's more of just like every time I have been on a collaborative shoot, it's always been like another photographer, another videographer asking or me wanting to help them. Be like, hey, look, I really believe this idea that you're doing, whether that be a movie project or anything like that, and just be like, hey, look, let me help you out. I'm always offering that as like a good friend to just be like, let's make this happen. Yeah, of course, I'll definitely help you out because it's like your passion project, you know? Like for those stuff, I'm always like, I always try to help out as much as I can. But I also don't get that many because, I don't know. I kind of think of myself as a business person before anything else. So I think that's another thing too, where it's just, I don't know if I should be doing more collaborative shoots or still doing what I do and just make that happen. But I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of different. I don't have experience for collaborative shoot to just be like, someone reached out to me and be like, hey, let's make this happen. I have a lot of people that say, or that's reached out to me, or that's been saying like, oh, I'd love to do a photo shoot with you one day. And I'm like, okay, let me know.
Yeah, but they haven't necessarily happened. Yeah, and that's hard. I wonder if because what I have learned from doing so much collaborative work is I have gotten to be part of so many people's visions. I've tried so many different things. Oh my gosh, so many different styles of, and I don't even post all of it because honestly,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. I've done so many different shoots, which is really cool. But I have noticed that getting to be part of different people's creative visions, not doing it for the pay necessarily, really did give me so much versatility and like experience of trying different things. So I was just curious about that with like if you would do more collaborative shoots, because even though there is a trade-off, you don't get paid.
I think
you can create something totally new and try something totally different.
I think that's where I need to eat. I don't know. Maybe it's different because I'm just like, for me, maybe I don't know if it's me asking to be a part of more collaborative stuff or me doing my own visions or my own photo shoots and asking people to collaborate with me to make that happen. So I don't know what it is, what I have to do more. I think I have to just do my own shoots and ask people if they want to be a part of it.
You could do that, yeah.
Or like have people and just be like, hey, look, I would love to be part of this project with you. Let me help you out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would go more on the route of like I just need to do more of my ideas because I feel like people. I feel like first of all, those pictures I feel like will show my version of how it will turn out a lot better, and two, I feel like those pictures are just gonna have more creativity on just like how like we can do it as a team.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like kind of like with our shoot, our shoot that we did, which I don't know if we specified the specific details, but that was when we came up with this collaborative shoot. It was you had the idea that you did come to me about, but I already was like so down to work with you. I already was like, oh my gosh, hell yeah, that'd be so cool. And so when you have done collaborative shoots, of the ones you have posted, most of those have gone that way where you have reached out?
Yeah. Most of the time, or the ones that I have been doing collaborative shoots, I've always reached out to designers or models or makeup artists or whatever that may be. Usually I reach out and just be like, hey, I have this idea. I want to do it. Would love for you to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's
never gotten turned down for that, so that's really nice.
That is really nice when you want to create something and you get to bring it to fruition.
Okay, let's go to collaborative shoots.
Collaborative.
So I think my first question would be for you would be what is, I would say, the ratio of you doing, like, let's just say in a month or every 3 months, like what is the ratio of like getting a paid shoot and or a collaborative shoot? Like, do you do more collaborative work or do you do more paid shoots in like 3 months?
I guess it's definitely hard to answer this question because, well, I've only modeled as a freelance model. I don't have any help from agencies, so for me it's all of my work has come through contacts or just people who see my Instagram and just reach out to me, which normally comes from they follow somebody else who follows me, which is very cool. Getting to be part of that, and I do have spurts of where I'm like doing so much, and then there are times when it's like I haven't modeled in a while, like I'm itching to get back out there, but it's like there aren't people that are like either free to shoot or they're also doing projects with other people or here's another thing actually I guess I could mention. I've never reached out to anybody else for any of my photo shoots I've ever done. They've only ever reached out to me. I've never actually
done your version of a photo shoot.
Well,
is that what you're trying to say?
I've never asked to work with someone. They've all asked to work with me. So, but I have reached out to a number of people lately.
Is that something that you want to do?
I do want to do that more. The thing is that when I started modeling, I started modeling through a modeling troupe that was at Columbia College, Chicago, and it was all just for fun. So I didn't even get into this really thinking of it with a business mindset at all. I was just thinking of it as like, oh my gosh, that would be so fun to create something with other people who want to create. And honestly, I still have that business mindset, or non-business mindset, which kind of is a little bit of a downfall at this point, a little bit, because I still accept so many collaborative opportunities without even thinking of the fact of like, oh, I'd like to be paid for this. But then it's like, I only at this point I only accept doing collaborative work from people where it's like, oh, I really like that idea. I would love to do that. And then I don't want to be like, I'm actually nervous to be like, okay, here are my rates, and then they're like, oh, I can't do that. And then I'm like, okay, no, I'll do it for free. I've never done that.
You know what's one thing I've realized, especially for all the collaborative work that you have been doing recently, I feel like your standards of collaborative work has been a lot higher
A lot
now.
higher.
So
Absolutely.
I think you know the difference between, like, let's just say a starter person and more experienced person. I wanted to
Right.
be very like gentle with those words.
No, a newbie
Yeah.
versus someone who's more experienced.
Yes.
No, that makes sense. I'm definitely not a newbie at this point with doing this. I mean, I've been doing it for about 6 years now, and almost all of them have been very collaborative experiences. So I have worked with people where in the beginning, when I'm, building my portfolio, it's like you do accept so many different jobs
To gain that
to
experience.
gain the experience. And also for me, I was just so thrilled to get to work with anyone. I was so thrilled. I didn't even have this idea of what I wouldn't want to do modeling, what I would do, what something needs to happen in order for me to do this, because it's all new.
Right.
It's all new. So I was accepting so many different jobs.
But I think that's where you got your versatility of, like, so many different, not only like creative ideas, but also like creative poses too. Because
That's true.
I think that's where I complimented you on, like, your style of posing is so unique to you.
Thank you. I do. I have had, at this point, I have had so many different types of photo shoots where, whether it's like super avant-garde or it's like edgy steampunk or it's like really colorful or it's like Victorian era or it's like a little slutty, like I have fun with all of it, and and because the vision is different, the poses would not necessarily be the same model pose. So that makes sense. It has given me a whole range, which
it's the same thing with photography too.
I'm sure.
It's just like, for me, I know how to do everything. I know how to do, like, from like weddings to fashion to commercial to like sports. They all have their own, like, styles to it, and I know how to do it. And it's more of just like having that in your back pocket, just to be like, hey, look, I can do it, and here's my proof. Like, that is something very unique to have, because it's just, I don't know, if for you I feel like it's a cool thing that you can show people, like, oh yeah, I have done that before.
I have done that. No, that is cool. Again, to like pull that out of your back pocket. Like, out of all the shoots I have done, yes, I have done that. It is pretty cool. And I forgot where I was going.
No, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. The tangents are normal. Lately I have been, though, reaching out to more photographers and more designers and more creative directors online, being like, hey, I'm really interested in your work that you do. Like, I'd love to get a chance to, do a collaborative shoot. Or if you ever, are creating something new and you need a model, I am excited to work with you. And also, I have only done that with people that because it's collaborative, you can choose what you want to do and what you don't want to do. Not that you can't do that paid, but I mean, I've reached out to people who I'm like, wow, I love your work. Like, I'd love to be part of it. But I have done that more lately, but I have never in the past, because honestly, opportunities, maybe this was just luck, or maybe I did because I did go to an art college, that it was just, opportunity was always there. But I mean, for the first like 5 years of modeling, it wasn't until this year where I actually started to reach out to people. Every other opportunity I've ever had, people reached out to me. Whether it be,
we have an expert over here.
They would just reach out to me. I don't know, but it was so great, because honestly, just getting to be in a really artistic community. Everyone was looking for models. Everyone was looking for photographers. Everyone was looking for designers. And we went to an arts college, so it was like, it was all there. So it was really great. It was really exciting. Oh my gosh, it's so cold out. We're shooting in the daytime this time, and it's still cold. I'm better, though, I promise. But I have been reaching out to more people now, because things have slowed down a little bit, I will say, for me. I don't know if it's because I've graduated. I think it's honestly a big part of the fact that I'm not at Columbia anymore.
Yeah, I think that,
which would make sense.
Because, like, every day you were seeing a creative.
Every day.
Every day you were probably having a conversation with either a designer, photographer, another creative just
Right.
basically telling you like, oh, like this is what I saw like this week for like inspiration or something like
Right.
that.
Right.
So
So cool.
and that was very unique because you could always bounce off of like 5 different peoples at a time, you know, and
Absolutely.
see them the next day and be like, hey, did you ever think about this? You
Yeah.
know?
No, I do like that. And I mean that was a great thing with getting to work with not just work with, but like study with, artistic creatives in a school space. I mean, I got to definitely work with a lot of students who were trying so many different things, and student designers who were just trying so many different things. And it was like, oh my gosh, I love that you're figuring out your voice, I'm figuring out my voice, and we're getting to do it all together.
Right.
So I was super grateful that I got to start modeling through that, because it really just, oh my god, like exponentially grew my experience within the first few years. But it also definitely gave me context, just other people in Chicago. Like other people in Chicago would follow them, they would see me, and then other designers, other photographers who aren't even students. That's how I have a lot of context that I still work with now. They aren't students, but they've just seen my work through over the years.
So when you first started off modeling and you're doing like, let's just say one of the first couple shoots in like college, you're someone asks you to be part of the shoot and they have this idea. Do you experiment on the spot for like any poses that you want to do, or do you only follow like their like stricted like either mood or their mood board or their aesthetic that they want to go for?
Yeah. I will always make sure I get down the poses that they have. Oftentimes, when it would be at a shoot in a studio, they would have printed out all their inspiration, which is kind of nice to see. They would have all their inspiration, whether it be makeup, outfit, specific lighting, and also poses. They would have them printed out and like taped up on these boards.
Yeah.
So it was like within the model's view, which was really nice to get to see.
So when you are looking at all those things,
Yeah.
Are you copying like the poses, or are you just being like, hey, can I make a little alteration? Like for you as a model, like when you look at the makeup, when you look at like the poses, when you look at the outfits, like what do you see? What is your priority when they have all of that put together? Like, do you look at like, oh, like for the wardrobe, like what can I work with the wardrobe and what poses can go with it, or do I do the pose that works with the wardrobe to make everything happen? So
I love the question.
Yeah.
All of it. Honestly, all of it. What I want to do first is I want to hear what the photographer or the person who's creating the shoot specifically wants in mind. And I try to do as close to that as possible as first, because if they have a pose where they're like, I really want to see you with my dress, but in this specific pose, I'm going to try to do that pose. But I'm also going to show variations of it. I'm going to be like, okay, you can't see it in this photo, but what if I like played with the underskirt? Or what if I like played with the sleeve of it a little bit? Or what if I like pretended to like fiddle with like the zipper or the back of it, something that isn't necessarily in the picture. So I will definitely go into my own creative vision, and then with hearing about how they're like, and I want you to be really dreamy, like you're asleep and it's like a dream and you're on a cloud, and I'll be like, okay, are you okay with having my eyes closed a little bit, even though none of these photos have that specifically? Or I'll be like, are you okay with, if
do you usually ask that question
I
like
will.
in the middle, or do you just do it?
Sometimes I just do it. Because the thing is they can always just disregard the shot.
Yeah.
They can always just be like, no, I'm not into that. Or many times I will just do it on the spot if it's feeling it. Because, I mean, you're in the vibe, you're feeling it.
Yeah.
Like, someone's maybe playing music in the background, which is always fun. And it's like you're playing with different things. And then if someone's like, oh, actually, can you actually keep your eyes open instead? And then I'll say, oh, no problem. I just thought I'd try something. And normally the people that I've worked with, they're like, oh, yeah, no problem. I want to try to do this instead, and then I'll go towards that direction. It's very collaborative.
You mentioned something while you were talking. You said like you listen to the music and you get into the vibe of everything.
Yeah,
like
a dance.
Do you feel like that always enhances like your poses? Because for me, I don't hear it.
You don't?
I don't hear it.
Maybe it's for the models then.
Maybe it's for you, but like for me, like music while happening during the photo shoot, I'm focused on you. I'm like
Mm.
I'm not focused on anything else. Like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I have like 2 seconds to actually listen to it, okay, I'll like dance
You'd
a
be like,
little
oh, I
bit.
like this song.
Yeah, I like the song, but most of the time I'm like focused on you. I'm locked in. I'm like
Mm.
I really don't listen to it.
I guess for me it kind of can depend on the mood I'm in, because there are some times when I am in a pose where I have to balance on something, or I have to lift up my leg, or I have to hold something a little heavy as a prop, and I think to myself, okay, I'm just trying to concentrate and not fall or
Uh,
not like break my neck in these
yeah,
heels that's like 5-inch heels or something like that. So there are definitely times where it's
yeah,
like I cannot think of it, but
yeah.
I will say I do appreciate when we're in a space where we do get to have music, and the photographer is super like, yeah, just like trusting my capabilities as a model, and they're saying like, just let it rip, like just let's just start, and then I get to just move, and I get to fully, I get to let the music kind of take over me. I don't know how to make that not sound cheesy, but
Uh,
you know what I mean. It's easier to have music to make you feel fluid instead of to make you feel like you're posing. You can move a little easier, you can get into the rhythm of doing things that are otherwise less natural poses because you feel like you're doing a dance. I don't know.
right.
I also used to love to dance, and I still love to dance actually. So maybe that's also part of it. But I think just like with a lot of things, getting to have something playing that you like makes a task that otherwise might be um like an easy stiff task. It makes it more fun.
Mm-hmm.
So just like I like music when I do work in other aspects, it's like I like having music on while I work as a model. Um, but so when it comes to my take or my balance of paid shoots versus collaborative shoots, because I know that's what you asked a while ago before I went on like 5 different tangents.
Uh,
Um, I have been doing a little bit more paid work recently, but still not a lot.
mm,
Where I've just been saying like, okay, like yes, I'd love to work with you, but then I would say like I'm actually, um, I like these would be my rates, and I have done that like only a few amount of times, and it's been like yeah, absolutely. But it's been with someone I already really trust, and they're like,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Like we've worked collaboratively before. Like let me pay you this time. So that has been really cool. I haven't experienced that with someone I don't know
Mm,
yet. But when I used to model for this one really cool streetwear shop
I'll turn it back
a
up.
couple years ago, I know I'm a little cold again.
Yeah.
See, that's the kink that we didn't necessarily figure out within the shooting in the. Well, we did kind of figure out that shooting in the car, recording in the car would sometimes be cold,
I think for the guests,
but I'm okay with it.
I think for the guest
We'll
episodes,
keep it on.
we'll we'll not record video and we'll just drive around and we'll actually just like um, keep the car on the whole time.
We're gonna drive around while we have guests.
I think it's easy to still have a conversation.
We'll talk about it later. I mean,
Okay.
I trust your driving skills. I get anxious when I drive, so I would not be able to do that. But I trust your driving skills.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that when we do have more. When we do have guests, because we're hoping to have guests. Um, but I used to model for this one streetwear clothing shop, and that was all paid. So it was very much like talked about ahead of time, where it's like this is like the hourly rate. We'll also pay you for your transportation, which was super nice, because I had to take the train from the city when I lived in the city back out to the suburbs. And they even picked me up from the train station,
Right.
which was super nice. But it honestly didn't even feel like a paid opportunity, in the way where it felt like I was serving them. It felt like super collaborative too, because I love the person who was taking the photos.
Right.
He was like, what do you think about doing this? And like, what if you did something like this? And it
So
was very collaborative even still. I loved that.
that goes into my next question. Where when somebody asks you to be part of a collaborative shoot, do you do your own research on that, like either topic or that
Mm,
the outfit that you're gonna do, or do you do like? Is there any type of research that you do for that shoot?
yes. I think it's fun. I love doing research. I think it's
Uh,
fun. I do end up doing a lot of research. What I love is when they send me their inspiration already.
mhm.
And that's why I love Pinterest, because so many times people will send a whole Pinterest board and it'll be so much inspiration, and I love it. But whether they do that or they even send like 2 or 3 pictures where they're like, I really want to recreate like this very specific mood, I will end up honestly doing my own research of like looking through Pinterest, if I'm being honest, or I'll look through specific Vogues that I can like reference in my head where I'm like, this totally reminds me of this one shoot that Zendaya did. But with this vibe that this photographer wants, and I will honestly go back and do the research myself because I like to be prepared. I like to go in feeling not like, I don't know what to do with my hands. And it has happened before where I'll be with a prop that I'm not used to. Like recently, I actually did a photo shoot that I won't talk too much about because we're hoping to hear back from.
Actually, that goes into one of the things where it's just like, hey, we're not supposed to leak.
We're not supposed to leak. Don't leak some things. But I did a really cool shoot where.
Touch on that when you can.
When I can, I will because I'm excited. I'm really excited for it. Oh my god, all of it. It was great. I'll tell you off camera.
Yeah.
But
It
was a prop that I've never worked with before, and I didn't even think that I would be using this prop, and I had to completely figure out how to hold this prop while balancing and doing all these different things. And I did feel in that moment, I was like, I'm not prepared for this. I've never done this before. But now it's kind of cool because now I actually have done that. And in working with a photographer who.
You just have to figure it out.
You just have to figure it out.
Figure it out.
You just have to figure it out. So I guess when I think about it, I have had those moments within modeling, but I don't normally think of it as like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do this. I guess I just think of it as like, this is going to be a little bit more difficult than what I'm used to, but I can do this. I got this in the bag.
Yeah, you got this.
So.
You got this.
So, I will not leak things, but that does go into the next question, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes into the next question where it kind of goes into like for collaborative shoots. Do you feel like you can't like how does it go for you? Do you think that you as soon as you receive the photos, like do you just post them right away or do you?
Oh, I'm so bad at that actually.
Okay. Hypothetically, let's just say you post them before the photographer does, or before like the organizer does. Do you? It's more.
I've never done that.
Okay.
I always ask.
Yeah.
I always ask if they're gonna post certain photos because here's the thing: since Instagram now has the collaborator. Thing, which sometimes makes it more confusing when who's going to post the work and then what photo you're going to pick as the cover, and sometimes that can actually make them more confusing. But in the past, God, I sound like a relic. In the past, when there was no collaborator thing on Instagram, I would always ask. I'd always ask because I didn't know if they were going to post first, if they wanted to post at a certain time to get more engagement. I didn't know if they were also wanting to submit those photos to magazines, which many of my photos, not many, but a lot of my early ones have gotten accepted into some small online magazines, which is really cool. But it's like I want to ask about that first because I want you want to wait. You want to hear what the photographer has to say about that because it's also their work. And the people that have reached out to me, often photographers, it's like it's their whole project, their whole vision. So it's like I want to respect what they want to do with it. If they want to wait for a magazine, then I won't touch those photos until they say we can actually post it.
Yeah. And honestly, before that feature was added, that was like it wasn't even that long too. Because it was like maybe 2 years ago.
That's true.
But
I'm not that old. I'm like not old.
No, it was a new feature that now it's kind of been normalized.
It's true.
Yeah, for me, before that update happened, I kind of just like gave them the photos and like they could post it, they could not post it. It doesn't really matter to me because for me it was just like, it's obviously different for each photographer or each person and all that. But like for me, the collaborative one, I'm just glad that I did it.
Should we turn the light on?
I think we're gonna end the episode very soon.
We are?
Yeah, we're almost an hour.
Dang, I could talk so much more.
I know. But we are gonna end it very soon.
Yeah.
I think do you have any closing thoughts for anything?
We could do another part of this at another season. But closing thoughts. Honestly, A closing thought that I have is, by the end of the day.
Yeah, we can do it by the end of the day segment.
Pay attention to, I think, your worth, because it is really exciting getting to say yes to so many opportunities. I will say, as someone who speaks solely from, I mean, not solely, but mostly just with collaborative work, I mean, I have the ability to say yes and no, and then also, like...
But also, you've been doing it for how many years now?
About 6 years now.
Yeah, so you've done, like, so much work, too.
So much work, yeah. And I will say, I had a very specific, honestly, conscious moment where I actually thought to myself, like, I think the next shoot that I do, I kind of want to... I think I felt myself raise the bar a little bit. And it was actually right after I did a shoot where I kind of was in the pattern of just saying yes.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I didn't say yes to everything because there were some not so trustworthy people that will reach out to you in modeling that I had to...
I thought you were going to say something along the lines of, like, you felt like you couldn't deliver that idea set.
Oh, no. I've always...
You're like, I can always deliver. I can always deliver.
I feel like I've delivered. But no, I've never doubted my confidence I've never doubted my confidence to try my best and then be creative and I haven't had complaints.
Okay.
I haven't had complaints so far.
Okay.
So, I hope that doesn't come off as snobby.
So no.
Okay.
I think it's okay. So your closing thoughts are just like know your worth.
Know your worth. I mean, at the beginning, it makes sense if you're gonna say yes to a lot of opportunities, and to me, that helped me grow so much. But at a certain point, I kind of realized that at this point, I have a decent amount under my belt where I can expect a little bit more, or I can actually ask for a little bit more, or this shoot is farther away, even though it's collaborative. I would actually like, even though I'm totally down for it to be collaborative, can you pay for my Uber on the way there, or can you pay for this? And I have actually found that to be great. Now that I have that under my belt, I can ask that, and they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I can definitely do that. So I'm glad I had a point where I kind of got to realize that, and I can realize my worth. Realize your worth.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, it is great. How about you?
For me, my by the end of the day segment.
It doesn't turn on.
We can do this.
Look at that, we're in the light now.
My by the end of the day segment would probably be it would probably be just don't take offense, like accept constructive criticism. Because even though you're serving the client, like they have their opinions on whatever they want to do, and if they want to make a little change, you have to take that change, because it's more of just like it's more of just like it's their work. They paid you to do it. I know you worked really hard to make it what it needs to be, but also it's like you have to take that emotion off of it, like, and just the ego behind it, and just kind of serve the client the best way that you can, because even if like it may not fit in your eyes, your vision, it kind of you're serving the client on just like, hey, this is what they wanted and stuff like that. I think we just have to accept constructive criticism, or take that criticism face on, to make the adjustments to make it how they want it.
That's a good piece of advice when working with someone in general. I mean, I think being able to give and take constructive criticism, it goes so far. Yeah. It's so important. Absolutely. Nice.
Okay, so I think we're gonna end it off right there.
Yeah, as the sun has gone down.
You literally saw it throughout the whole entire episode.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You ready to close it off with our little swoosh?
Yeah, but first, tune in next time to Ride of Our Lives Radio. I'm once again Gracie.
I'm Abe. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
That didn't even. Okay.
It's okay.